I gotta check on Kimmy.
Alex, Kimmy left. She told me to...
Oh, I spoke to Evan in legal about that Rebecca Froy thing.
Oh, leave that alone, honey. It's not worth your time.
Well, Shepard's trying to save children with brain tumors, Mom. Some petty fight over research should not get in the way of that. I've asked the lawyers to waive whatever agreement Harper made with her.
You did what?
Yeah, it took 5 minutes. Handled.
Waiving it might not have been a good idea, because if that chick is still tripping over it all this time later, it's probably still a big deal.
So it's not her heart? No, it's her belly, where the muscle is getting too big and won't let the food pass through.
Nice, Kepner.
Simple surgery.
Very nice catch.
Thank you for catching this. Oh, no, I didn't.
It was Kepner.
Dr. Kepner did. Dr. Kepner? Yeah, she's a mom and she had a feeling.
All my mind can think about is the fact that Kepner and Arizona are leaving the show. So any window that opens for their future, I dive in. So I really don't think that this widower is going to take Kepner back after Kepner left him at the altar. But I don't know. Maybe they'll get to know each other. I don't know.
Schmidt, grab the cart and follow me. What happened? It's just IM followed by an infusion. Okay, no, hold on. Sorry, it's right there. Schmidt, top drawer, oxytocin, speculum and 4x4s. Got it. Balloon catheter.
Listen, look at me. Hang on there. Hey, just hang in there. We got you.
It's not good.
Can I call my wife? I mean, she's gonna be out of her mind.
Call whoever you need to.
Just not more ICE agents.
Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm gonna have to call my office, and they're gonna send somebody else for Dr. Bella.
Agent Fields, did Dr. Bello break the law?
A red light?
That's what he said. Said they have her on camera.
Well, I've run a red light once a month. They can deport her for that?
I thought I made it through.
Okay, if
That is not worth kicking her out of the country.
We should run.
No.
We run and we wait.
You can't run. But right now, they are treating you like someone who snuck into this country in the trunk of a car. Don't become what they're trying to make you.
Ooh. Ooh.
If you're a criminal, you could never practice medicine again.
That gave me the chills.
was the baby boy Griffin, named for Gryffindor. Steady numbers across the
Harry
board.
Potter, baby.
Are you gonna move to another country? Listen, your research is almost done and our project is almost done, and I'm running scenarios and I just want to be prepared. I want to know how loaded my crash car should be.
I don't want to crash. I don't want to leave you, Arizona.
So Arizona's gonna move with her to another country, and then she's gonna leave the show.
Someplace else to be, I can page you when I'm done here.
Here's a plane ticket to Zurich.
I'm going to Switzerland?
You are voluntarily leaving the country to continue your study.
That's where Christina's at.
When you land tomorrow, somebody will be there to meet you. It will help get you settled, and Dr. Yang is expecting you. You're in love working with her. She was also the best in her class.
Tell me how's the way, and I'll fall.
That was awesome of Kepner. And that was just another beautiful moment, because again, something that Kepner did not have in Jackson was a religious connection, you know, like a spiritual connection. So both of them even being able to sit in the chapel together in prayer is a beautiful thing.
And if it's okay with you, I would really like to take your last name. I've never had the last name of anyone who's loved me.
My knees, tell me how's the way to go.
No, I don't want this episode to end.
Tell me how's the way to go. Tell me why you follow me now. Everywhere I go, angels will call on me.
So, are you looking to foster a child or foster to adopt? Okay, I love you. Sam, I'm in love with you.
You're not throwing your life away because I have to. I'm a crazy stalker, and you should stay away from me.
Sam, stop.
That's too bad. Aww. Aww, sorry, Bello.
Kendra, I'm so sorry.
Okay, cue Jackson, man. Y'all need to get this stuff out of the way.
Take it in.
Hey.
People can't be with the people they love. I just need you to see that what you did was wrong.
Maggie, April kissed me.
Oh, so he did know.
I'm not mad about that. I am mad because you didn't tell me. And I'm mad that you thought I couldn't handle it. Because my
Okay,
whole life,
even
people
because
have been
it was just a
talking
kiss.
over me and talking down to me.
Maggie, you think of yourself as this goofy underdog. I mean, it's an old idea. You're beautiful. You're brilliant. You're powerful. You have all the power here. I'm over here sunk, and you keep showing me how capable you are just walking away. You have all these reasons, over and over, reasons to resist us, reasons why we can't be together. First it's April, then it's, what, our parents? Then it's the fact that we work together, now it's this. It's just another thing, one moment I had with April, and I was trying to be her friend, and now you're convinced again that you can just walk away again and again. This keeps happening.
I'm not capable anymore.
Well, then maybe I am sorry.
Woo! Yay, they're gonna hook up.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'm all right. Are you?
No. None of us are all right.
Oh,
Jackson.
crap.
Jackson ruined us. Reggie,
Oh.
we are ruined.
Oh no. Oh no. You made it sound casual though. She made it sound casual, like it was nothing. Oh crap, Jackson, what did you do? Jackson done did something stupid. But when Jackson approached her about it, she made it sound like it was this big. Oh, she made it sound like it wasn't a big deal. And because of that, oh crap. I need more details about that situation. I really do. Beautiful moment between Kepner and her ex-fiance, the widower. Like, it was beautiful that she caught that moment of what was going on with the baby, and it was just like it was her motherly instinct, and it was beautiful because he's in mourning. He just lost his wife, and he's trying to do the best by this baby, and she saw something that he didn't see, and I'm really, really glad that this baby's gonna be all right because he's got enough going on. It was a beautiful moment where they both were in the chapel. I loved that. I think that when you're in a relationship with somebody, spiritually, it's important to have the same views, the same feelings. And then Jo said she wanted to have babies with Karev, and she wanted to take his last name, and just saying that how much he means to her, which was absolutely beautiful. She said, for the first time, I want to have the last name of somebody who loves me. That is loaded. Jo has had a very, very hard life, so I'm very happy for her that she has somebody that loves her. Kimmy, I knew something was gonna happen in the moment where Kimmy was like, yo, I'm done, I'm ready to go, and he was like, hold that thought, I've got a surgery and we're gonna talk about this. But I mean, his back is up against the wall because of the laser treatment that he wants to give Kimmy, and unfortunately she ended up leaving. And in that moment, I was actually moved because it's almost like she's accepting death, you know? She's just saying, man, I'm on my way out of here. I got to make the best out of what I've got left. And that really, really touched my heart. Because of the hurdles, Amelia reached out to another doctor that is doing similar things to them. And when she mentioned that they were a Harper Avery hospital, this chick stopped dead in her tracks and was like, yo, I can't talk to y'all. So Amelia goes and gets Jackson. Jackson tried to talk to this chick, and she was like, oh, I've signed papers that said that I promised I wouldn't talk about the papers that I signed about signing the papers that I had signed about signing the papers that I had signed not to talk about this. So Jackson goes up to his mom. She's distracted. Weber, her husband Weber, is losing somebody that means a lot to him. And she just says casually, oh, we had some disagreements, and we signed a few things that said we wouldn't communicate about the research about blah, blah, blah. So Jackson, thinking that he's grown, thinking that the issue is old and resolved. Oh, that's what she said. She was like, your grandfather loved to argue with people. Him thinking that it wasn't a big deal, went and got everything called off. At the end of the episode, Catherine was like, Jackson ruined us. It's over. It's done. It's a wrap. Jackson, yo, I am dying to know the details of what can of chaos, what is in the Pandora's box that he just opened in this situation, because I have no idea. So for the whole episode, I was under the impression that Maggie still hadn't told Jackson what had happened, but I guess she had told him, but she was even offended at the fact that they kissed. Kepner came onto Jackson in the supply closet and they kissed. So, but I mean, if you're trying to start something with somebody, that is something that you enclose, you enlist to somebody, you do let them know that, you know. So I hear where she's coming from, but I don't know, she was kind of blowing it up a little bit. Unless she, like, the whole time just did not believe that that's all that happened. Meredith coming through clutch for Bello. She called her girl Christina Yang all the way in Switzerland because Christina is also a cardio, like a thoracic doctor or whatever. And she said, yo, this is my situation. She's incredible. I need you to put her on. And it's just, I love that. I mean, Christina's not even a part of the show anymore, but she's still a go-to, you know. She ain't really in Switzerland doing nothing. So Bello just went off the show. She's done. Hopefully she'll come back someday. I don't know. But they basically just wrote Bello off the show, which is unfortunate. That's what they have to do, though. They always cut down the herd with interns. So one intern down. Bello first. I also loved the moment that when the ICE agent came, when they were talking about deporting, we kind of all got an image in our head of all the interns, and there's quite a few multicultural ones, so we weren't even sure who they were talking about. And I mean, anything about ICE is terrible, but in that moment, I kind of liked the fact that, like, it was just up in the air, and we had no idea who they were talking about. So I remember that there's 14 seasons, y'all, and what's wild is I have not watched any of Grey's Anatomy back. With Game of Thrones, with Walking Dead, with Lost, with True Blood, with Dexter, all those shows I've watched multiple times, but I have only seen Grey's Anatomy one time through. I started watching it in 2012 and I binged watched it until I was caught up, and I've stayed caught up ever since. I'm trying to remember what happened with Owen and Christina as far as having babies. Refresh my memory in the comments down below, but I think that he again wanted to have a baby with Christina and she did not want to because of her career. But he also wanted to have babies with Amelia, and Amelia wasn't having it. And I don't know if he was just really moved by the situation with Kepner's ex-fiance tonight, but he actually was signing up to become a foster parent to adopt a child at the end of the episode, which I think is beautiful. But Owen's got problems. And I don't know if it's PTSD or anxiety. I mean, yes, it is PTSD. Yes, it is anxiety. But he's a very intense person. And I just hope that maybe it's exactly what he needs. You know, he needs somebody that is going to be in his life. He needs somebody that is going to stay in his life and give him love in return. So I hope that he will do okay with a child. I don't doubt, like, his capabilities to take care of a child, but he just gets really emotional, like just highs and lows all the time. So I'm just hoping everything goes okay with that. I hope also Weber, I really hope that he's going to be okay. He did lose his sponsor, Ollie, tonight, and he was there until her last breath. And I find peace in knowing that she knows that Weber was right there with her, holding her hand the whole time. So I just hope that he can find some peace and acceptance in this situation. But then again, the way Catherine was talking to him at the end of the episode, he might not have time to mourn. They might have to put in a lot of work to figure out whatever crap show that Jackson just opened up. But it really, really makes me look forward to next week's episode. I'm excited. And Arizona actually had a breakthrough tonight. I was really happy to see that her and Bloodbath came up with this emergency cart that was prepared and stocked with everything a doctor would need in a situation for complications after the delivery of a baby. Did she enter the contest? I know that she's been doing a really big study on the infant mortality rate, especially at Grace Sloan and in general. And she learned that in other countries, the numbers are way lower. They don't lose half as many moms as we do in the United States. So her and Bloodbath put together a crash cart tonight, and they saved a mother's life that was bleeding out, and it was awesome. She was talking to DeLuca's sister, and she was like, I bet you're about to leave, aren't you? Because she was just there for that like orgasm study, like for pain or whatever. And I don't know, like maybe if Arizona is for real about being with DeLuca's sister, that she will go with her when she leaves. Again, I'm just shooting, aiming, trying to figure out and predict how Kepner and Arizona are going to leave the show. Yeah, so I don't know where DeLuca's sister plans on going next, but in the name of research, I mean, it would be pretty cool if Arizona did go with her. I don't know, who knows, but and that's another thing, you guys. In the comments down below, tell me where you think where we're going to find Kepner at the end of this season. Where do you think the story is projecting her to? Where do you think she's going to go when she leaves the show, her character? And also, where do you think Arizona Robbins will head as her time on Grey's Anatomy also comes to an end? How terrible is it that the United States, gotta be careful saying this, how crazy is it that the United States, which was built on the premise of freedom and being the land of opportunity, how sad is it? You know, like the United States, it's supposed to be the land of opportunity, a land that people dream of to come to and change their lives. Bello moved to the United States when she was a baby, okay? And she has lived in this country her whole life, knows nothing about El Salvador, and because she was not born on this soil, that the government decides that they can snatch her up and take her back to a land that she knows nothing about. You know, it's not fair. They are literally looking for anything they possibly can to deport people, and it's not right. Yes, this is controversial, but this is my channel. These are my views. These are my feelings. If you don't like it, now is the time for you to give me your thumbs down and exit out this video. Bello's character went to high school here, went to elementary school, went to college, and did an incredible job, and is now trying to make something of herself and be a doctor, a surgeon, which is absolutely extraordinary. And they're trying to get her and deport her for running a red light. Come on. It's nauseating, you know? And Shonda Rhimes is incredible, man. She brings the current issues of the day to the forefront and puts them on a platter for everybody to see in hopes that everybody is going to reflect on these things, the issues that our world is facing, you know? The United States was built on so much more. The words on the Statue of Liberty say, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, the temp-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." The golden door is a beacon of promise beckoning immigrants to embrace a new land and all it offers. Another meaning of the golden door is anything worthwhile is worth fighting and working hard for, and gold is emblematic of something of worth. Come on. So I live in Austin, Texas, and I am training to be a lactation consultant. I want to teach mothers how to breastfeed babies, and I was working for WIC. WIC is a nutritional program that helps mothers that need help with fresh fruits and vegetables, with milk, with eggs, with bread, with cheese, with peanut butter, all these kind of things that some mothers have a hard time getting for their children. And not only helps them with those healthy food items, but gives them nutritional information, helps them introduce new foods to their children, helps them to be a better parent and to be a better person all around. And we also do a lot of help educating and supporting women in breastfeeding. And even if women don't breastfeed, they help mothers buy formula for their babies. So in my journey to become a lactation consultant, I got a job as a breastfeeding peer counselor here in Austin, and I am in the process of getting my lactation consultant certification. And I got laid off almost a year ago in May of 2017 because of ICE. Austin is in Texas, you know, Texas is on the border. A lot of the mothers that we help in the WIC program here in Austin are Hispanic. And shortly after Trump took office, ICE agents, deportation agents, started making their way through Austin and a lot of Texas. And because WIC is a government-funded program, mothers were under the impression if they showed up to their WIC appointments that ICE would be waiting for them and would grab them up and deport them. And there's horrible situations. In the city, we were all being asked to foster children, to do whatever we could because these babies were born here. So the parents would get deported and the children would just go into the foster care system. And that is terrible. It's heartbreaking. With my situation, so many of the mothers that we help are Hispanic here, and they were scared to show up for their WIC appointments, which is terrible in many ways because women that were depending on the food assistance from WIC, the formula for their babies, or just groceries in general for the house, because they were so scared to come to their appointments, their children were missing out on that food. And mothers that had just had babies, maybe they needed breast pumps, maybe they were having problems breastfeeding their babies, or maybe they were financially having issues getting formula for their new little babies. But because they were scared to come to their appointments, thinking they were going to get deported for stepping into our office, they were missing out on things that they needed so terribly. And because of a huge percentage of our mothers completely stopping showing up for our appointments, we lost funding. The WIC program went through a huge drought. And I was one of about 70 people that was laid off in the city of Austin. It was really, really tough. And I mean, not to be selfish for me losing a job, but just the fact that there's such fear in a land that was supposed to be full of opportunity and hope for people going through such terrible things to get here. Every dollar that they have in the world to try to get here so they could provide better for their families, so they could make something of themselves. It's just sad. And fun fact, in April of 2018, the numbers are still so low that they can't even hire us back yet for the WIC program. The funding is still suffering terribly. And unfortunately, the next thing to go will be the vouchers, you know, the vouchers that the mothers get for the food, you know, and I really, really hope that doesn't happen for the mothers that still do want to go to WIC and get their assistance and their nutritional education. It's just sad. It breaks my heart. I just hope that the world will change and that mothers can get what they need. And that was a crazy thing to me too, you know, that some of the first people to suffer in this situation are mothers and children, you know? It's not fair. It's not fair, but if you enjoyed this reaction, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And again, thank you guys so much for watching with me tonight, and I'll see you on the next one.